Come on, come on. Let's go to the chat, y'all. Let's go to the chat, y'all. Let's go to the chat, y'all. Why isn't it? Come on, more light. Come on, webcam. Do I need to refocus something? And then bring it back over here. Come on, webcam. Get on over here. Come on. All right. What up, guys? Akasan here. I wanted to get this out the way for this weekend before the weekend starts because I'm going to do my official my official review and analysis for The Last Jedi over the weekend. I usually do it on a Saturday or a Sunday, but this weekend is the holiday weekend for me over here, and I'm going to be busy with some Christmas parties and all this other shit going on. So I won't actually have time to, I was going to do it tonight, but I wanted to edit Avatar. And, you know, for me, when I do the reviews, I don't just start talking and have like as you guys know, it's pretty polished and clean, and I like the way the design, but it takes some time to do. So I'm going to get into that in a little bit. In the near future, after the Christmas party and all that. But I did want to get the spoiler conversation out the way for The Last Jedi. So if you're on, we got a few minutes. I'm going to try to go for about 10-15 minutes here before my girlfriend gets home and I have to stop the stream. Why do I have to stop the stream? Well, she hasn't seen the movie yet, so I don't want to ruin the movie for her talking about it. We will see that movie together probably on Thursday, my time. We'll go see that movie together on Thursday, and hopefully it'll be a good viewing for me, and she'll enjoy it as well. There's little things I want to look out for a second time around, so I'm hoping the second viewing will be just as interesting or shed some light. Let me see if that's a little bit better because the light on here was terrible. Oof, shit, blowing everything out. All right, so one of the things like spoilers, let's just get this out the way. We'll just go through a few different things I wanted to talk about and see what you guys thought about that or so, because one of the things I'm looking at right now is I see that there has been some discontent here with Star Wars, The Last Jedi. On Rotten Tomatoes, it's always funny, like Rotten Tomatoes is not actually brought up that often unless it's a bad movie. When then people start saying it doesn't matter about the score. That being said, Rotten Tomatoes, the Star Wars The Last Jedi, it's 93% from the critics, but interesting enough, 66%. It is borderline about to be empty. If I remember correctly, I think 60%, anything under 60% is empty, is an empty popcorn or whatever. So Justice League still at 40% there. Yeah, 80% liked it. So technically, Justice League has a higher approval audience score than Star Wars The Last Jedi. And I'm kind of wondering about that because a lot of my friends were not liking this movie. We're not liking the changes that they made. And I've noticed that it's really split down the middle here. A lot of I know a lot of hardcore fans did not like The Force Awakens because it copied A New Hope. But this one, I honestly would like to have a sit down talk with someone who didn't like the movie that's a big fan. I'm thinking, you know what, I might actually call up the reactor and friend known as Tyrone Magnus to have a discussion, since we've had one about BVS. But I would actually like to have a conversation about that and see what's up. Like, what exactly was it that was so offsetting? And one of the things that I could think of was the fact that Luke, the way they treated Luke and his character was A lot of people were really upset about that because of the fact that he didn't really give a shit. But I actually thought that was kind of interesting the way he was going about it, because going through the whole Jedi history, especially with the prequels, you realize that the Jedi Council and just the Jedi teaching is a bit of a hypocritical sort of way of life. And Anakin was really frustrated with the way the Jedi was doing things. Like, I wouldn't want to chill with the Jedi. Sith was all that, man. Like, at least when the Sith were bad to you, or when the Sith were treating you like shit, they were honest. They treated you like shit, but they were damn honest about it. With the Jedi, it was always just like, you know, you get your head scratching at some of their policies and all that. So the thing I liked about Luke and on his mission, for those, you know, with the extended universe, you know that he did go to all these different temples, and he was uncovering all this information and getting all this stuff. And the Jedi was a little too strict at times with their situations. So I kind of liked how Luke was kind of disgruntled in the movie, and he cut himself off from the Force. So he was really turned off by everything with going on, and he's just an old man waiting to die. I thought that was pretty damn good. I was a little disappointed that they didn't have him training Rey. Like, I thought that's the way that they were going to really have him. Like, based on the trailer, I thought I was going to see some really dope stuff the way Yoda was doing with Luke, but that didn't really happen either. But I think it's weird. A lot of people were not feeling that for some reason, and I would love to know why about it, because I kind of like, for me, I thought it was like really full circle with the way it kind of all came about. And Luke, remember, spoilers, guys, spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, don't hang on to this thread and as this thing anymore. But when Luke dies, it was very poetic, especially with the Tatooine ish double sun thing. It was great. I thought that was I was like, okay, he had one last thing. And I also like the fact that what they didn't, you know, he said he's not a goddamn superhero. He can't just come like, he was like, what do you expect me to do? Just go on out there with a lightsaber and take down the whole First Order? Like, I was liking the way, like, and I think that might be what annoyed a lot of people, is because Luke is considered to be the strongest Jedi of all. I guess. I mean, I've heard arguments Yoda's supposed to be, but from what I've read, when you add in all the history, Luke is actually the strongest one. But I guess people just expected him, like, they put him on a pedestal, and I thought that was the whole point. And I thought they did a really good job of exploring that. Is like, look, they put me on a pedestal. I'm the great Luke Skywalker or whatever. And, you know, he tried really hard, and Ben killed everybody. I wish they explored that a little bit more as well. I wish they wrote that better, and we actually got to see more of Kylo and the Knights of the Ren, but it seems like they just thought that was going to be too much for the movie. So I don't know. It was weird. I know it's early, guys. I know a lot of you aren't around right now, so that's why the chat's a little quiet right now. If I start 2 hours later, it would be better. But like I said, girlfriend's going to come home soon, and so she will not be happy if I start spoiling it. What other spoiler talk, spoiler things that were pretty cool? Rey's parents, I was annoying. That was annoying. It's because Luke wasn't like in Legends. That's why they didn't like it. Exactly. Okay, so that's my point, Ewan. That's the whole point, is I actually like that shit. I like the fact that he wasn't the way the Legends talked about. I like the fact that he was disgruntled about it, and he was like, look, I'm not that dope. Because I know people like him, Luke. I know people like him, but I never understood exactly what he did like watching the original movies, I never could actually understand. I couldn't understand what he did that made him so like godlike and so powerful. Like Darth Vader made shit. Like Darth Vader made. I have seen Darth Vader do some crazy shit, and I'm like, dude, if Darth Vader comes in a goddamn room, fuck that shit. I'm running the other way, you know. But I didn't quite understand what exactly has Luke done in the original movies that made him like amazing, like to be the stuff of legends. So I thought that was interesting. Like I know some of the comics really cool, but it was, yeah. All right, let's move on to let's talk about Snoke real quick. Snoke as a wasted character, I don't know about that, because I think the thing I liked about him being taken out so early in the movie was the fact that it was like, oh shit, people were like, wait, what? At least the third movie, you know, like they just fucking they took his ass out quick. I wish they didn't make it so obvious that that's what Kylo was doing, but I was thinking about this earlier today. I'm like, if they didn't show what Kylo was doing with his hands, then we wouldn't have seen how cool that was. What Kylo was planning. I don't know. It was like kind of, I guess they had to do it that particular way, because otherwise, if like watching that movie, I still was wondering if Snoke was going to notice that that's what Kylo was doing. But when it happened, I'm like, oh, damn, he got away with it. That shit was fucking dope, dude. Like, I like Kylo, dude. I really like that shit. I know a lot of people felt it was like they wasted him, but I think the way I look at it is that there weren't any wasted scenes at all. That's the way I look at it. When Andy Serkis was there, I was like, to me personally, I thought he was the best fucking part of the movie. The best performance of the movie. Andy Serkis came in there and he fucking killed those scenes. And then he got killed. But I just thought it was fucking like, yeah. I understand why some people are mad, because we would have preferred to have seen more of him in the movie. In a sense, if you think about it, he's kind of a Darth Maul type of character. Like, we're liking him. We're liking him, and we wanted more of him, but you know, the way I kind of look at it, just wait till some sort of extended sort of story, some comic book comes out. I would love to see how he rose to power, but I don't think that was exactly for this movie. We didn't really know much about Darth Sidious in the original movies until they really explained his where he came from as the Chancellor in the prequels. But before that, he was just a dude, you know. So I was, you know, I thought that was fun with like, it would have been cool to see him a little bit more. It would have, but you know, honestly, guys, if you really think about it, do we really want to see? Well, do we want to see like a big ass fight with Kylo, Rey, Snoke, and the Red Troop, like them all going at it? I don't know. Maybe Snoke with two lightsabers dueling both of them at the same time. You know, it just would have been a bunch of CG shit all the time. But I also agree that he kind of got taken out a little cheaply in some sense. Yeah. But I honestly, I look at it from a story perspective. It does make you really think, like, just like Zafu is saying, well, who the fuck is the bad guy now? Is it going to be Kylo? That's going to be weak as shit. He's taking over, but he's not a very credible threat at all. That other Nazi guy, whatever, Huckus, is that what his name was? Is he like their team? I don't know. Everybody's really small. Everybody is really like the resistance is small. I felt the First Order was down to like a handful of 50 people now. I didn't really buy that it was a big war anymore, because I felt like everybody was goddamn eliminated at this point. So Kylo being the big bad, I guess. And that kind of disappoints me a little bit, because I felt like they Snoke was roasting him hard in the beginning of that movie, dude. He was just like, he even was like just on the side, just like he was just like, take that ridiculous. He was like, take that ridiculous thing off. Like, Snoke was going in on him hard, dude. I felt bad for Kylo. And it was just kind of Kylo's character. I really need to think about this, because what they did with Ben and Kylo, they made you feel for him. But then at the same time, he turned again. It was like, what the fuck is going on, man? I would have preferred if Rey turned to the dark side a bit, or some. No, personally, I wish that he. I wish that Rey went gray. I'm still trying to figure out why they called the movie The Last Jedi, if there wasn't it. Is she? I mean, technically, did Luke say that Rey is now the last Jedi, or something like that? Like, personally, for me, and this is an argument fans can have. I think we can. It's safe to say, is it really? Can you really be considered a Jedi if you never actually had the training of a Jedi? Luke didn't really train her at all. He just explained shit on why the Jedi should end. I was like. And Rey, I'm really trying not to dislike Rey, but I feel like Rey was so fucking, like, they're doing the same thing like the Dragon Ball characters, the Universe 6 with Khalifa and Cal or whatever. Like, just suddenly they're damn powerful with like little to no training. Like every other Jedi I know in the movies have had to go through some shit, and they weren't even that good even after they completed their training. But Rey is like breezing through this shit like hella easily, and I'm just like, huh? So I don't get it. Like that's the thing. So I kind of bought into the gray Jedi idea a lot because we saw the symbol for the balance and everything. And I personally thought that Luke literally will be the last Jedi. Thank you for the subscription. Luke would be the last Jedi. Kylo's going to be the last Sith or dark side. And Rey was going to be something right in the middle, going back, the gray Jedi. So, I bought into it. So, right, Luke said that he would not be the last Jedi, meaning that Rey, as a Jedi, Rey's going to be the Jedi, I guess. So that's a little. I need to watch it again because, yeah, exactly, right. So I said I will not be the last Jedi, and the screen focused on Rey, and she stole the Jedi. She took the Jedi books. I don't even remember that shit. Damn, she stole that shit, man. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Weird. So, okay. Rey's parents, this kind of bothered me a bit. I don't understand why was there such a secrecy? This annoys me. Okay, look. It was revealed in the movie that Rey's parents are filthy scavengers or some shit like that sold her off for drug money or some shit like that, right? So here's my deal about that is like, I wouldn't mind it if that was it from the beginning, like just let it be. But they made such a deal about it in The Force Awakens, building her up to when she literally touched a Skywalker lightsaber and starts having flashbacks of Anakin and Luke's memories, or maybe just Anakin's memories, and started having these flashbacks. It just, I don't know, it really made me think that she's somewhat Skywalker, some kind of Skywalker related or something. Like, to just be nobody. And I get the fact that they were pushing that in the movie, that for anybody, they're doing kind of like the Dark Knight Rises. Anybody can be Batman. I'm like, no, they can't. No, they can't, dude. Yes, anybody can be a Jedi. I get that. But they haven't really explored that idea since the prequels, since all of them got fucking eliminated and shit. And she can be the Jedi. She can be a Jedi, but she ain't got the training for it. Like, she hasn't gone through that. So that's why I was kind of hoping they were going to push the gray Jedi situation a lot more. So I don't know. It was weird. That point was kind of weird. And here's the thing: if it was just a trick by Kylo, in terms of what's going on, to trick her, it's gonna be just annoying if they bring up the parents' situation again. I still feel like that was a lie because they still made it a big fucking deal where she went down into the cave and she saw herself. Unless she created herself like Anakin, I guess. I don't know. You got to think about it in the terms of like what they're trying to do, from what I can tell, is that, which is why they didn't go to the gray Jedi issue, is they are trying to go the route of simplifying everything. And, you know, we could say midichlorians, Rey just came out of nowhere or some shit like that. But I don't think they want to touch the prequel mythology anymore. So, yeah. I don't know. Let's see. Any other big spoiler? I didn't like the Jubilee girl at all. That was fucking dumb. That entire plot, that whole story was stupid. Benicio del Toro was wasted. If they worked him a little bit differently, maybe it would have been better. But that, and the other thing, which I'll probably talk about into my review a little bit more when the analysis is, I just feel like with them doing this with Rey and being super powerful and shit, they're also kind of saturating this idea of the Force. I get that everybody can use the Force, but they're starting to saturate how special it is, and that especially sort of hit home with one of the last scenes where the kid, like, I thought I was tripping at first, and then I saw a comment said the same thing, and I was like, wait, like in the beginning I was like, did that broom fucking move by itself? Like fucking phantasmic, right? You know, like at first, and then I was like, wait, so this fucking kid can use the Force to move a broom? And I'm like, it's a little too much there. Like, I get it, but don't even Jedis need to train and shit and go through some crazy shit in order just to move some shit around? Like, this kid's moving a broom by himself. It was this kind of issue was that's kind of bothered me a bit. Was like, okay, it reminds me of Street Fighter, the drama. Oh, it's a parody thing, but what happens is Ryu becomes a businessman and he starts teaching. He starts doing a Hadouken school for kids, where kids can just learn how to shoot Hadoukens, and so everybody's doing it on a playground, and thus it makes the Hadouken irrelevant since everybody can start doing it. That's kind of the way I felt about the that kid with the fucking broom and shit. I'm like, damn, man, I've seen other kids. I've seen Jedis train and have to fucking lift shit out of, like, it was just kind of weird. Like, how does he know how to do that? So that shit was fucking weird. Fantasia, thank you, not Phantasmic. All right. Any other things real quick, spoiler wise, to talk about? I can hear the door open up right now, so she's coming home. So I think that's about it. Yeah, those are all the big things, right? Spoiler wise. Right, yeah. Leia, that shit was, I don't know what I think about that. Yeah. I agree with that as well. All right, that's it, guys. She is now home, so our spoiler discussion is finished. She I don't want to ruin the movie for her, so it's good. Yeah. If I'm reading the comments now. Yeah, I agree with you, B&B Project. Some of that stuff, I don't know, it just seemed very easy for a lot of people to be doing some stuff. Yeah. Let me see. I'm looking right now. Oh, yeah. You know what? Zafu, I actually like that. I actually did like that situation with the what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh, hold on, babe. Wait. Close the. It's all right. I'm gonna finish the stream before she's gonna start changing and getting butt naked. So she's gonna. Okay, I'm streaming right now. You didn't know that? Who do you think I was talking to? No.
What do you think about my hair?
I'm streaming right now, babe. It's nice though. Why? You wanna know some Star Wars spoilers? No. Right? That's why I'm ending it. Okay. All right, guys. That's it for today. This is why I need to move. So I'm gonna get my own studio in a basement somewhere, and I'll be streaming like a crazy homeless man and shit. Watch out, look out for my review, my full review in the next day or so. I have the party tomorrow, and then after that I'll try to do some sort of review, and I'll have it all edited and nice for you guys, and I'll get more into some deep discussion and analysis about Star Wars The Last Jedi. Okay, take care of yourselves, guys. Thanks for hanging out for about 20 minutes here, and may the Force be with you always. Peace, guys. Have a nice night.